Hello everyone, myself Rajesh Naik. I'm an instructor at Premier Chess Academy, where more than 3,000 kids are getting trained. Here we are all together to gain some knowledge and analyze few critical games from recent Chess Olympiad 2022, which is recently going on in Chennai. So today our discussion is based on a game played by none other than Alexis Shirov. So let's see and enjoy a beautiful attacking game by an attacking monster. So we start from the opening, and he played e4. You know, e4 is his usual choice, and he likes to be a play as wide as possible. E4, d6. So we call this a Philidor defense. D6 called as Philidor defense, and he replied with d4. If you notice, all of you, you see, he is controlling center of like vary from the opening e4 d4. Center control is must. Knight f6, knight c3, and e5. So basically, both players are playing on the center. So if you look at the center, already all pieces are capturing the center square, like e4, d4, e5, d6. So after this, white played a beautiful move, knight f3. As all of you know, development is our first priority. So here, black played knight bd7. So here usually I continue with bishop c4. This I played I think 2 to 3 times this opening in my career, and I used to play this move bishop c4. But today I learned a new move from Alexis Sinov. He introduced the move g4. I get very surprised. What move is this? We are simply sacrificing one pawn. For what reason? Then I realized, oh my god, if knight captures g4, we are getting rook g1. First of all, our rook is getting activity. Second thing, after knight f6, if you realize the bishop on f8 can no longer develop on e7 very comfortably because the g1 rook always threatening the g7 pawn. So here, after knight f6, we continue the development of the bishop, and Sirab did it pretty good. And his idea of knight g5 to attack the weak f7 square. So of course, black has to stop the idea of knight g5. So any guess what black played? Yes, you are correct. Black played x6 to stop the idea of knight g5. So after h6, white decided to trade his pawn on e5. But as you know, Sirab is a tactical player. Every time he play a move, his tactical ability is tested again and again. So after d5, what if black play knight e5? Again, Siraf has a sharp idea here. He can trade the knight, and if you see, he has a fantastic idea of bishop f7. Okay, so everything like once he give up the pawn on g4, he is now playing for an attack to the king because the king is stuck in the center. So he just need to develop his pieces, castle queenside, and go for a strong attack. So in this position, his opponent understand the idea behind d5, so he decided to play d captures e5. And now Syrup calmly develop his pieces because you know, like a thunderstorm always come after a like calm weather, you know. So basically, like development is very useful in this situation. So bishop e3 followed by queen d2 long castle is pretty much necessary in this position. That's why Syrup decided to develop his bishop e3 with the idea of queen d2 and long castle. and his opponent plays c6. So, if you ask me, I like the idea of c6 because black really wants to get some counterplay. Black already understood that white is going to castle on the queen side. So he is preparing his attack on the queen side. By move like b5, queen a5, he will create some threats on the queen side. But as an attacking principle, a king in the center is way more dangerous comparatively to king which is castle. So if you see that black king is in the danger zone. So here after c6, white is no worry about black attack. White keep developing his pieces and focus on a castling. b5, bishop comes to b3, queen a5, and here we go long castle. And if you see logically, you can see all the white pieces are well developed, and one rook on g1, one rook on d1, both are controlling two open files, and with just for a pawn, white gets two open file, full piece development, and such a great initiative. It is easy to play from white side in this particular position. Here black plays bishop a6, and now white figure out a very interesting idea, that is knight to d2. And the idea is if black goes b4, then white plan to go knight c4. If bishop c4, trying to attack our queen, nothing to worry. Queen captures c4. If you think, oh my god, what's going on? We are losing a piece on c3. But that's not the case. We can easily capture on f7, king to d8. Now what we can do, we can play even rook d7 here, knight d7, bring our other rook to d1. If my opponent defend it with queen c7, we can go bishop e6. And I feel like at some point white attack is very much dangerous. For example, bishop d6. I think we can go maybe queen g7, and I think white is doing pretty much fine. So here black don't go for such complicacy. So what black decided to do is black just play rook to d8, create some attack against the queen. So what white should do? A very important thing. So what white decided? He just moved his queen to f1, and he figured out a very nice idea and very nice square for his queen. Can you guess which square it is? Yes, I think you are correct. The square is h3, because from h3 he can attack the d7 point and also at some point go to h5 square. So here what black play is c5. But after c5, we observe that the d5 is a weak square. And as we know, Shirov is a strong tactical player. So he never missed such opportunity. So he just moved his knight to d4. He has no fear of losing a piece here because after c4, he is all ready to sacrifice his piece and gain the initiative against his opponent king, which stood in the center. So here we come a position with white to play. So my question to all of you guys, like white all pieces are developed, already white sacrificed a piece. What next? What next should white do? Where should he create the attack? So you can pause the video, think for a while, and try to figure out what exactly white best choice is. So white best choice is to improve his piece, and which piece he needs to improve this bishop to a better square. And let's see how he is able to do it. Bishop d2. So the queen moved to c5, and now the move bishop c5 sees the initiative. So queen c8 is quite forced, and now what white did is bishop a5 just to attack the rook and make sure his pieces are more active and creating attack against his opponent king. Knight d5, bishop d5, bishop a6. Black has no hurry to exchange pieces because black know if bishop into d5, then rook into d5, then white can easily play move like queen b5, rook d1, and takes on d8, which will be pretty much good for white. So here, what white decided to play queen s3 and knight is. Here again, my question to all of you guys: figure out a good move for white. It is pretty simple. We, in the common sense, we call it a double attack. Yes, you all are correct. Queen h5 is the move played by white, creating a double threat. One threat against the f7, the other one against the e5. So black decided to play rook d7, queen e5 check, rook e7, and queen d4. So all white achieved is activity. Look at black pieces, one on f8, one on h8, and king stuck on e8. So these pieces are not playing on the game. So even though they are there doesn't matter much. Right now, if you see, white pieces are most active, and he is creating a serious mating threats like bishop c6, queen d8. This kind of mating threat white is threatening right now. So knight d5, queen f4, and here is the final error black did in the game. Black fall for a smart trap. Black played queen d7. Can anyone find? Yes, yes, yes. Rook d5. Amazing queen sacrifice to finish the game. Queen a4. End the game with rook d8. In just round one, Shirov shows fire on the board. If all of you didn't know, there are two books of Shirov, which is one of both are my favorite one, and the name of the book is Fire on the Board. And in that book, you will find numerous attacking game like this, and you can learn a lot from his games. So I like this game, so I share it with all of you. If you like the analysis and the game, do like this video and comment whatever your answer is in the comment section, and do subscribe to our channel. We will see you all in our next video. Till then, bye bye, take care, have a fantastic day.